It is a busy day at the Sierra Leone Telecommunications Company Limited Sierratel shop at Wallace Johnson Street. Since the introduction of the 4G LTE service, Sierratel's offices have been inundated with customers who want to have a feel of the new product. This room, I am told, is always packed full with subscribers who come with different complaints.
For a little over 2 years, I don't use Sierratel.
I've been using Sierratel over 2 years now. Their service is effective, but when they introduce new products, they only have limited supply as the demand is sometimes high. You will have to come to their office almost all the time before you can get it. In case it is broken, it is difficult to fix it unless you buy a new one.
And again, when you for them, they say they're not the repair, pass again for replace them.
Like Guinea, so then 4G, we buy and we put it SIM. We put 5,000. All thing on YouTube, they watch and like streamlining.
Like in Guinea, when you buy a 4G SIM with 5,000 franc Guinea worth of airtime, you watch videos, almost everything online. But in Sierra Leone, Sierratel didn't tell us that the first month is a promotion. You don't get your money's worth. I was surprised when they told me that the promotion is off. It is now a fair usage. It attracted a lot of people from other companies.
To me, you're surprised. Then say all things don't change back. Now fair usage. Now by gig then they sell now. Now pay as you go.
What seems to be the problem with Sierratel?
Well, it all started when we commercially rolled out the 4G LTE network. You know, Sierratel has a number of business lines, notably the CDMA network for voice and data, and we also have our landline services for also voice and data. The data component is called ADSL. But when we came up with the 4G LTE network, a good number of customers, since it's new, they needed to adapt to the new network. When we started off, we decided to roll out a promotion once it was launched. So a good number of packages were offered, ranging from as low as 50,000 leones to 300,000 leones, depending on the package you want to choose that suits you based on speed and experience for customers. So after the promotion ended, it was actually a 1-month promotion. We then had need to go on to implementing our sustainable pricing. So those sustainable pricing we commissioned for daily, monthly, and also on bundles. A good number of customers thought that it's quite expensive for them. So they were coming to us complaining that some of them, even though you must have done your communication like we did, but because of those gaps, some are not quite aware, and even those that were aware, they were simply of the view that it's not very much suitable for them.
Some subscribers are growing impatient. They rely on Sierratel for work and business, but to them, the company is yet to live up.
I use currently 2 products from Sierratel. I use the CDMA modem, and this is the first one I've been using. And I think that was 2015, so that's 3 years now, sometime in November. And I have on my iPhone a 4G SIM card, which I use now as a modem. So I use this phone only as a modem to get internet, because this doesn't work. And before using the 4G, we had a relatively good service, and I was on a gold plan, I think 400,000 leones per month. And because of my work, I needed to use heavy data. And so we did have some really good service from the beginning. The first couple of months it was okay, and then you top up and it's kind of works, but you know, you're in Sierra Leone and things don't work the way it normally would have worked in some other context, so you were kind of patient. But the last few months, especially from September, I realized that the service has been extremely poor. So you buy 400,000 and you get probably like a week service and then nothing works. And so you are buying maybe Sierratel or Africell as a backup. And so you ended up paying 2-3 times the amount of data you use when you expect that with one charge you should be able to do all of that.
Mutala, like Simon, has been using Sierratel internet service for a very long time. He runs a business which requires him to be online almost all the time.
Sierratel, they have some good products. To start with, their network is good. Perhaps the best, among all the mobile companies, in Sierra Leone. It's very strong, very reliable, and you don't get those breakup calls, when you are using the land phone. And also it's very, very cheap. Because my business, I do make international calls a lot, so I use the land phone, to make international calls, and the network, is steady, and it is perhaps one of the fastest internets, we have in Sierra Leone. Just that my issue is the monthly subscription, which is very expensive. Imagine you have to pay 1.2 million yuans, for internet a month. That is, more than $100 or $150.
Irenius Thompson is a telecoms professional. He seems to have an idea of what seems to be happening with Sierratel.
Before Sierratel embark on any procurement issue for new technology like LTE, which is 4G, they're supposed to have built up the human capacity within the organization to match what they're entering into. And the failure, to get it done would be a recipe, for failure. What we need to, understand here is that 4G, technology works very well, elsewhere in the world, and it's very, very fast. And with the progress in the internet, usage across, the country, and the social, media and whatnot, LTE technology is the answer, to the customer needs here. So if Sierratel, if isn't to answering, to the voice of, the customer, that would, annoy anyone else, when once you come again with the latest technology in this country, and it could affect, the other, mobile operators. So I think it's something that Sierratel, being, the forerunner of such, a novel, technology, they have to fix it.
Some subscribers are frustrated with the system, but can't do without it. NATCOM is the institution that regulates telecommunications in Sierra Leone. Many a time, the commission has come under serious criticism by members of the public. Abdul Kuyate is the corporate affairs manager for NATCOM. He says they have received complaints from subscribers of Sierratel, but not compared to other telecoms companies.
We normally get complaints, but very few from Sierratel to be specific. And we would tell the consumers, the complainants in this case, to first channel their complaints to the operator, their service provider, because that is what the law provides. That's what is provided for in our Act. So be it Sierratel, be it Africell, be it Orange or any other operator, when we receive complaints, we have a desk officer who is responsible for receiving complaints, and then would advise them to first channel their complaints to the operator, and where they fail to address the complaint satisfactorily, they would now get back to us, and in that case, in that scenario, situation, will now intervene.
Sierra Leone Telecommunications Company Limited, Sierratel, is a limited liability company that is owned by the government of Sierra Leone. Sierratel is Sierra Leone's first and sole telecoms operator in the country to offer landline telephony services in the capital and provincial cities. For SLBC, Hawa Barrie reporting.